We're back, people, and today we're breaking a film on Tyrel Dodson, Miami Dolphins linebacker. They brought him back, a little over a week ago now. Nice to see him brought back. I really think he earned his spot in contract. He's one of the guys I wanted to be re-signed. He was one they brought in mid-season from, Seattle. They claimed him, and he definitely played up to it, especially in coverage. He did a lot of good things. Coming away with 3 interceptions, 2 of them being, really impressive, and just being, an overall playmaker in that area. I think, versus the run, he, struggled at times, but, he can make plays versus the basic run concepts that kind of everyone runs. But if it gets, super complicated with, a lot of misdirection, the Packers game was probably his worst game of the season. But, other than that, he played good. He has some range to make plays in pursuit, has a good understanding of the game, especially in coverage, can be a guy that you use as, a delayed blitzer, spy, makes plays out, on the edge like that. Willing to get physical. He's not the biggest backer, but he is definitely willing to get downhill, get physical at the point of attack, make some plays, just like that. And it's more the coverage stuff that impresses me, getting exactly where it needs to be, taking away throwing lanes, reading the QB's eyes, just being smart. So, we'll go back, look at this first play, the first kind of, real nice interception he had versus the Browns here. So he understands, just one, he's the hook defender to the boundary here. So he's not to the field side, so he understands, he's playing as a hook. There's, they're in 12 personnel, so there's 2 tight ends, the one tight end to his side, and the one tight end over here. So that means there's 2 receivers kind of off the screen in this position. So he understands he's getting out to his hook. He opens up his hips this way initially, kind of reading the QB's eyes. He can see in his peripheral vision, number 2 is going out to the flat. So it's not threatening him at all. And, he can tell, he's not being threatened from the other tight end working into his zone very quickly. So he knows, really, the only thing he can do in this situation, this is just pure football intelligence. He knows nothing's going to threaten him, so he doesn't need to keep opening his hips to go this way. The only thing that can really happen is the receiver on the outside, Jerry Jeudy, is working into his zone. So he opens up his hips to the inside to keep floating and take away this angle of that deep dig route, and he does, boom, and it shows off the body control, ball skills, just nice athleticism in air to make that play. So that's just a smart football play, just understanding situations. The only people that can really threaten him now are the 2 receivers on the outside, but since this receiver is closer to him and he knows, the only way this guy can break into his zone is breaking inside, he'll open up his hips to the inside like that, float to take it away. Just good understanding of situation and just really impressive play there too. Here's another good job getting out to a spot, find number 1 working sort of into that interior zone, playing top down. Good job sort of changing direction, getting to a spot he's able to match this, Demario Douglas, and then he sees the check down, he's able to get off of it, boom, stick that foot in the ground, and then close and make the tackle right there. So that's good work, is playing top down, going and taking away the higher concept, and then closing on the check down to make a play underneath. That's pretty textbook coverage based stuff. Here he is kind of, working that delayed blitz. Doesn't really get too much going on here, but they get Ramsey going free. And now he just makes an athletic play. They try to, chuck it off to the running back on the check down. And look at him this is just him playing with awareness. Locate the ball, stick your one hand out there, and make a one-handed snag. Very impressive work there from Dodson. That's just, making a football play happen. Wasn't really a part of the plan or, what he was supposed to be doing, but it just ended up working out that way. Here he is reading flow. This Brown game was really good for him. His Browns game was definitely his best game of the season. Here, he sees the center pull the rest of the flow of this play working this way. They're working some pin pull magic, so he knows, get out there, get over the top. Since he's the linebacker to this play side, he wants to meet these guys at the point of attack, so he gets over there, doesn't get blocked up, and then fills it in nicely. And he's also staying square to the line of scrimmage the whole time, playing with a good shuffle base, and then make that tackle basically at the line to gain. So very, very nice work there from Dodson. Also has some range. Wouldn't say he's a freak athlete or anything, but he can get out to the sideline at a solid rate, showing off some speed there. Takes a good angle to, tackle Jerry Jeudy in this situation. So good work there from Dodson. Another example of some range. Browns try to run the ball. This is a 3rd and 7 situation, and they try to run the ball down there. And he does a good job actually in the situation, because usually they'll try to get you with the keys here. Basically, what they're trying to do is sell that this is going to be some read action with the quarterback, and he's going to follow the offensive lineman they're pulling. But Dodson, responsible for the running back, is just reading the mesh point. Once he sees the running back has it, he's gone, takes off, and shows some quality range, good angles, stays in phase. Like, you want to stay basically like a yard and a half inside of the runner anyways, in case there's a cutback, and then now you have the angle to get there and make that tackle, and especially considering situation where this is a 3rd and long, like he can gain like 2 yards, that's fine. So making that tackle, just good work from Dodson in that situation. I was saying, like, here he is just being smart, like he's showing blitz, you want him, lined up in that B gap, and he's just responsible for like this rush lane. Basically, he's aligned here to keep this guy occupied and give Chop a one-on-one, and he knows like Chop in this situation is going to try to win to the outside, bend in there, and he knows like, hey, this quarterback's probably going to try to step up in the pocket. So just football awareness, like football intelligence, understand what your teammates are trying to do and what the offense is capable of doing. So he knows like this quarterback's going to try to work up into there, and Dotson's just kind of keeping himself clean, being active with his feet, doesn't want to allow the offensive lineman to get into him, so he's not super rushing, because if he tries to rush and win, this guy probably just gets to the outside here, but now he sees it happen. He anticipates it by getting back to the outside, and then shows off some good burst here to close and force a throwaway from the quarterback. Just nice quality work there. Filling versus the run. Sees the center down block. Keying the guard pulling. Once this guard works out here, he's shooting downhill. He can see sort of the aiming points, and he able to close that gap very quickly. Just good job processing what's happening. Meeting the running back basically at the line of scrimmage. Really quality work there from Dodson. He was playing out of his mind in this Cleveland game, which definitely, shout out to Tyrel for making those plays. Had a really like just solid season for Miami. I know I'm surprised. I was actually surprised when he got waived from Seattle, because there were some times like he had some up and down performances of the Seahawks, but he was still their starter. It was surprising just to see them waive him during that. And like Seahawks run a very similar system, so he's able to just fit like a glove pretty quickly, which was, just kind of a surprising nice move. And the Dolphins were able to re-sign him in the offseason for like around $4 million-ish per year, which is pretty nice for your linebacker 2 numbers, at least currently. Here, just filling, understanding like filling up space, kind of like looks like he's maybe working a run blitz here to fill this gap, filling this A gap, because this D tackle is kind of knifing to the inside. Fill this gap. Good job getting there before the guy can work off his combo. Working, it looks like they're trying to work some duo stuff. He's able to, fill that gap, force the running back to bounce, and now he's able to still work down the line of scrimmage to help make that tackle with everyone else, limited gain, that type of thing. Very impressive, being aggressive, understanding, where they are in the field, understanding like what he's seeing. Then you got Dodson here, kind of get sucked down on the play action, a little bit taken out of the play, knows he's got to get back, boom. Instead of just trying to float back and read the QB's eyes, flip your head around and locate the receiver that's going to be where this pop pass is going. He understands that. How many times do you see this where like the linebackers get sucked down and they just float the ball over the linebacker's head? Dodson knows to just bail out, get to the middle of the field, locate the receiver, and make this throwing lane as hard as possible, which he does. So just finding Devontae Adams kind of forces Rodgers to speed up, and he misses him. So good job here recovering. I like him able to just turn around and carry receiver rather than him just trying to read the QB's eyes in that situation, because that's where you get into trouble. This is where he actually came away with the pick. This is sometimes where it's better to be lucky than good. Jets run an RPO. I think this is like literally the first play of the game. Good play by Holland there to knock that ball out. But good job Dodson just being in the right situation, makes the interception. Also does a pretty decent job there with his return. But yeah, nice seeing that. Like seeing this from Dodson, taking on the center at the point of attack. This is a 1st and 20 run, so limiting to this to like a 1 or 2 yard gain was really impressive. Takes this guy on at the point of attack, able to get control of the A gap. Once he sees Stevenson work outside of it, he's able to peel off and make that tackle. Good job by him in Sealer there. So Dodson making this tackle, being able to stack and shed on that center there is pretty impressive at his size. Nice to see that sort of a part of his skill set. So Dodson, I think, earned his contract. We'll see. I think he's still going to be like in a battle for that linebacker 2 spot with some of the guys they signed, but I think he definitely has the edge right now from him being here last season, and he got paid a little bit more. So it seems like he's sort of your early linebacker 2 with what they have going on, and I think he's a guy that you could try to upgrade on, but there's just more upgrades at other spots that you need to that are more pressing. So you kind of have to survive with that. But Dodson does make some good plays within coverage that I really like. So definitely could be a worse linebacker duo, because when he went in there, I do feel like the linebacker played improved. Definitely the coverage aspect. So if you guys are the dude, like, comment and subscribe.